Hello everyone, it's GB Pirate here, and today I'm going to be sharing the results of the CoHmmunity CoHtography competition with you all. The second community mapping competition from the Worldbuilders Discord server has come to an end, and the results are to be revealed. Dear CoHmmunity, it has been an honor creating and running this map making competition for Company of Heroes 3. It's the second competition from the Company of Heroes Worldbuilders, and it's been a smashing success. The maps have been made, the players have played, and the judges have judged. It's almost time to reveal the results and see who gets to take home which parts of the very generous prize pool. But before we get to that, there are a few things I want to mention and go over a few things. Even if the competition is almost a one-man show behind the scenes, the community aspect of the competition is what made it happen. I want to express my gratitude to the CoHmmunity for making this competition so successful. First of all, to the mappers. Without you, the rest of us would be twiddling our thumbs with nothing to comment on while just begging Will to make more maps in the Relic Discord server. A special thank you to the mappers themselves, to Bakla, to Von Smedman, Dutch Toast, Brian, Shadow Freak, Bad Boy Gunner, The Sphinx, Tim Evans, and Cesare, Somewhere Doing Something, Karim, Toba, Zukar, Kneedeep, Budget Gamer, and Burn. To the community judges, thank you for taking the time over these past few months to lend your time and expertise to feedback and playtesting and all that. In just the last week and more, you all did your part in determining the outcome of the competition. Thank you to Orange Pest, Vulcan HD Gaming, Cowsack, Momo for Show, Sidewinder, Olvadi, Stephen JF, Loop Free, Axed Up, Tightrope, Noobnath, Daniel D, Demonic Spoon, Elpern, Stormless, and Greyshot117. And thank you to the various community members that I, too many to mention, who spent time playtesting maps, even if you're in Twitch chat asking questions of, someone like Elpern or Greyshot streaming, or giving your own opinion on something and they pick it up. Every little bit helps. And I'm really grateful for that. It's definitely a team effort over here. But speaking of community, we also raised some community funds. So all of the money is going to the prize pool, of course, naturally. That's how it works around here in the CoHmmunity. Thank you specifically to Espis for donating your winnings to the last competition, about $100 for your work on Santuario. And thank you to Bakla for donating $50 of your own money. And to Aga92 for donating $10. These community funds, which after fees come to just under $160, will be going to the 5th and 6th place winners. There's a strong list of maps, so I think even the 5th and 6th places are deserving of compensation. Last and not least, a special thank you to Relic Entertainment. They funded this whole operation to the tune of $2,000, which helped attract attention and keep all of us motivated. Thank you to Will for putting so much time into providing feedback for every map and doing your part in scoring. Thank you to the community team at Relic, to John and Hannah. I don't know exactly what you all are doing behind the scenes, but you guys have done a lot over these past few months to make the competition happen. And also the broader co-team in general. I know you guys aren't in the Discord itself, but you did provide some feedback to Will that he shared with the mappers. And the combined feedback really helps the map makers. It's like a guiding light. It really helps them focus on what they need to do. Really getting a clear, kind of solid opinion on what's good, what's bad, what needs to change, etc. So, speaking of all these great maps and Relic's contribution to the prize pool, just a quick breakdown here. So, all these Relic funds, first place $750, second place $550, third place $400, and fourth place $300, and then the community funds are going to fifth place for $100 and sixth place $55. And before we get to the results, keeping you all waiting, I just want to go over a brief overview of the competition. It was announced in November, and the community came through with 22 maps submitted before the March 2nd deadline. The first week of March was this first feedback period, which saw updates pause while judges and community members took stock of the submissions and left their feedback. The first iteration period followed, where where the map makers adapted their maps to that feedback and changed their their battlefields. A couple of maps were withdrawn here, just because it's hard enough with one map, but with two maps it can almost be overwhelming to take this kind of granular feedback and really put it into practice. The second judge feedback period came really fast. Those 4 weeks were over so quick. And then finally we had another iteration period that was 3.5, maybe 4 weeks or so. And kind of in late April, as the scoring period loomed, we lost a few maps. Only active maps would be kept in the competition, so the 20 we had remaining was trimmed down to 13. And let's quickly explore those 13 maps. So starting with the 1v1 here. The very first submission of the competition was Gemello by Bakla. This 2-player map is an overgrown industrial facility featuring lush vegetation, wide streams, and a unique central train station. The map is undoubtedly beautiful. The second of 4 1v1 maps is Bologna by Brian. This ruined landscape features a defining element of Bologna in its center, the tall medieval towers of the Italian city. The third 1v1 map is Salvation by Shadowfree. This seaside town features tall buildings, shallow streams, and a dark atmosphere. The final 1v1 map, Ortona Outskirts by Burn, brings the urban devastation to the world. A small village smolders in the center of the map, surrounded by fields. And if you haven't played the Ortona mission in Co3, you should definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Lots of destruction in that urban environment. It's a great level. And then under the 2v2 maps is our first desert map, Wadi Darna. This desert map by the Sphinx was an immediately strong contender, not just for its visuals, but his previous success with the likes of the previous competition winner Al Halfa and his Steppes remake, both of which are in quick match. The bright blue streams of Wadi Darna and brilliant atmosphere are beautiful enough, but painting the Cayman reveals impressive, out-of-bounds, and bespoke scenery. A derailed train with cars half buried in sand as they tumbled down a hillside, a wooden railroad bridge crossing a narrow gorge, and a closed mine entrance, too. There's also some plane wrecks as well around the map, which makes it a great environment. We have Val d'Orcia by Knee Deep, a rural Italian landscape with rising hills across the center line, and greenery interrupted occasionally by craters and destroyed vehicles. It certainly isn't the first battle to happen in this valley. The final 4-player map is Normandy by Karim. This map, originally a 1v1, was promoted by suggestions from judges. It's a large battlefield with hedgerows dividing farmland, inspired by the original Company of Heroes game, the one that launched it all. The first 4v4 map, Oliveto Citra, began as a 3v3. Like Normandy, it was promoted to the larger category of 4v4 after receiving some playtesting. This work, by Dutch Toast, features a forest in the bottom, a hamlet between the forest and the central fortified area, and a half-ruined church at the top of the map. Cerrone Approach, Dutch Toast's other entry, might fit a similar description to Oliveto. Despite this, they feature different territory layouts, atmospheres, and destruction. Both are very strong entries into the competition. Next we have Apennine Highlands by von Smedman. This was the second entrant in the competition overall. This 8-player map is in a beautiful valley and saw significant updates that made it look and play much better over the period of the competition, which is really what the whole thing's about, is that getting that iteration and feedback process going and making maps the best they can be. Our 11th map is Mountain Warfare by Shadowfreak. It's his second entry into the competition as well. This Laney map features snowy visuals, many flanking opportunities, and lots of blockers to tear down with shot and shell. The Nile by Tim Evans is a penultimate 8-player map that reached the scoring period. This work of art went through many changes to arrive in its current state. Due to its size and flow, it plays significantly different than other 4v4 maps, but is nonetheless beautiful and unique. And the final entry, Castello della Nebbia, is a second entry by the Sphinx. Again a strong contender, its dense and autumnal foliage contrasts with vineyards and quarries among winding streams and rolling hills. Now, stay with me here, we're almost going to reveal the results here. So, when it comes to scoring maps, the judges had quite a task on their hands. Top players, streamers, even a few professionals, they all had their work cut out for them. But how do we compare a 1v1 map to a 4v4 map? How do we decide which elements matter more and which elements matter less? We stand on the shoulders of giants, so what came before guides us in the present. The rubric to score the maps is a near copy of the one I used in last year's competition, but that itself was derived from a scoring guide used by Monolithic Bacon, or Will, nearly a decade ago, I'm not sure, I don't want to date anyone here, in the early days of Company of Heroes 2. I've updated and refined the rubric for Company of Heroes 3. The CCC's rubric splits the score approximately 60% for gameplay and 40% for art. The judges attach a low, medium, or high rank to each category, then select the exact amount of points in that category. I won't provide the details here on the rubric, but you can head over to the linked document here, the map scoring rubric, yourself and check it out. After all of the judges submit their scores, they are averaged out. The total amount of points earned is divided by the maximum amount a map could have earned. This figure itself is determined by the number of judges in each category. The 8-player category was scored by 6 judges, while the 2-player and 4-player maps were scored by 11 and 7 judges respectively. Overall, the results are surprising even for me. There are some upsets to be sure, but the community judges have spoken, and you must abide by their words. Now, finally, let's see what they have to say. The results. So our first map, the 12th runner-up, Apennine Highlands, with a score of 65.17. The 12th map, the Nile, with a score of 67.65. And the 11th map, Normandy, with a score of 69.33. And for 10th, we have Salvation, with a score of 69.39, cutting it very close there. Our 9th map is Gemello, with a score of 73.44. 8th map is Valdorcia, with a score of 75.21. And our 7th map is Ortona Outskirts, with a score of 76.5. So as you can see, we're cutting it really close here with the scores. Now, this is where the money comes in, okay? 6th place here is Bologna with a score of 80.82. 5th place is Cerrone Approach with a score of 81.21. 4th place, coming into the Relic Bucks here, Mountain Warfare with a score of 82.19. The 3rd place map is Castello della Nebbia with a score of 83.01. And the 2nd place map is Oliveto Citra with a score of 84. And that leaves the last map, 1st place for the grand prize, Wadi Darna with a score of 87.82. Wow. Okay. Excellent. Just some closing thoughts here. So the Sphinx is the undisputed winner of the competition, taking home $1,150 for the 1st and 3rd place maps. Dutch Toast claims the 2nd and 5th place prize, bringing his total to $650. Shadowfreak is getting a cool $300 for 4th place, and Brian is taking home $55 for 6th place. I'll be reaching out to all of you soon via DM to disperse these funds. It's been a pleasure running this competition. I don't know which maps or when Relic will be adding them to Quick Match, but I'd encourage everyone watching, everyone interested, to keep your eyes peeled for future updates, and keep some of these maps kind of in your ear, in your mind, because you're definitely going to be hearing about. Well, I can't say definitely, but the maps are very good. Okay, you're probably going to be hearing them in the future. If you're curious about a breakdown of the scores according to the rubric, I've collected the data in an easy-to-read spreadsheet that can be found following this link, which I'll link below in the YouTube video. All other documents related to the competition, which may be useful in future years for future mappers, or map-making competitions, or if you're just interested, can be found in the CCC document hub. If you're interested in community mapping, please join the CoWorldbuilders Discord. You can find the YouTube link to this concluding announcement by clicking on this link. Well, you're already here. I'm just reading the script, okay? It's a little kind of Inception thing going on. But there'll be a hyperlink to this YouTube video in the document. The document will be, so yeah, just go back and forth. As for what the future holds, I cannot say. This may be the last map making competition for the Worldbuilders, or it might be the second in a long successful series of tournaments of competitions for Company of Heroes 3. Take care, and thank you for listening. If you're reading this, thank you for reading. That's everything. Thanks, folks. Goodbye.